creatives, Serena here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I thought I would try to use something I received in a recent art supply shipment, and that is my Derwent Inktense Pencil, and it's in Payne's Gray. I thought I would combine that with a little bit of plein air painting, even though it's a little cheating. It's in my own garden, but hey, if you've got a subject right near you, why not? Come join me while I do the plein air painting. Alright, what I'm going to do, I have a couple of subjects here, well actually one subject. It's a tulip grouping, and the tulips are actually quite open at this point. It's a little bit late in the season, but I'm just going to go ahead and draw them as best I can here with the Derwent Inktense pencil and see what I come up with as far as wetting this later on and getting some kind of like a little wash with it. I thought that would be interesting. I'm not going to talk a lot so that I can go ahead and edit a lot of this out, because you know, I don't want you guys to just sit here and watch me draw quietly. I'll let you enjoy the ducks in the background for a while, or the Canadian geese. I hope this is in frame, and I hope it's not washed out. I tried to tape this like 3 times, and 2 times actually. This is my 3rd time, so I'm hoping 3rd time is a charm. Getting the thickness of the stems is always where I goof up, because you get it too thick and it doesn't really look like a tulip then. Whoops, I crossed the line there. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Remember, anytime you draw or paint, even if you goof it up, you're still learning. You are still developing and perfecting what you're doing. So if it's an accident, you made a mistake, well, okay. But don't think of it as the end of the world, because it's not. It's not. It's too bad I caught these at the tail end of their beauty. They're still a little pretty. I mean, I don't want to say they're not pretty. The colors are nice. I guess I draw rather slowly. I'm being a little deliberate here. Right now I'm just going to kind of darken up these petals. I like the way these pencils feel on the page. It's very buttery. It's kind of got a real nice soft feel to it. I feel that it's losing a lot of its point, not terribly quickly, but it is a little bit. I'll darken up the edges a little. Hopefully that'll make more sense as I kind of, I can't really call it inking it in, but watering it in. And I'm going to make the bottom darker to get that kind of feeling of depth. Watercolor is that. It's really layering of colors. Here it's quite dark. It's almost like a solid color. You barely see any type of veining or detail in this dark part in the center. It's just completely in shade. I think I'm going to do that part of it last. But you see, I'm following the contour because these pencils do leave quite a nice detail on the page. I like that. I haven't used these before. I've used watercolor sticks, but not pencils. I think I'm going to be very pleasantly happy. Now, I don't have a pencil sharpener with me, but if I feel my pencil getting a little dull, I'm just turning it around a little bit, giving it a little turn as I go. And it kind of gives me a new, sharper surface to work with. Now I'm just I'm not really observing, which I should do. You know, rule number 1, you're out here, you know, don't waste the chance for observation. It's how you develop your eye. I do want to color in these. Lastly. Now there's always that point in the drawing or the painting where you look at it and you say, okay, if I mess with it anymore, I'm going to ruin it. And that's what I'm thinking right now. If I add water, am I going to ruin it? But the whole purpose of having a sketchbook is to practice and to experiment and to see what I come up with. So, also to learn about your materials. I've never tried these before, so I'm going to see what they look like when I give them a little wash. And I have a tissue here that I'm going to use. I see the sun coming up behind me, so I'm going to try to do this a little quickly. Let me get the background in here. I played with this a little bit before, and I see how you have to really be careful with your edges. I wasn't, and I found that I really went over the edges and added too much water, and it came out looking terrible. It looked like a little kid did it, because the edges were smeared all over and over the sides, and sometimes you want that painterly look, but that's not what I was going for, and it just looked terrible. So again, knowing your supplies, knowing what they can do and what they can't do, experimenting with them, that's half of it. The nice thing about this is that this medium is that it is monochromatic. So I can work on a section of it and not worry about really bleeding through to the next section. Even just a quick wash, look at how it gives you more depth. It gives the drawings some nice little color. In fact, I like this because you can see this medium, because you can see the little bits of the pencil marks through it if you don't kind of totally wash it over. That was a hummingbird. I don't know if the camera caught it. Probably not. When I first moved out here to the country and I first heard those right next to me, it scared me so badly. I thought it was the biggest bee I had ever heard, and I did not want to get stung. So I had to freeze in place and look around to see what the heck it was. And of course I realized, oh wow, hummingbird. Of course, now that I see this and how easy it is to work with and how I like it, I really want to get some more colors. All you fellow art supply hoarders will relate to that. You know, you've got to have all of them. And, you know, little by little, if I can't afford a set right away, you know, save up for it, but they aren't expensive. You know, these are like $2 a piece. If you get one or two that you like, I got this one, and I got the burnt orange, which I think will be a nice color as well to do this kind of a drawing slash painting. I don't know if you call this a painting. I'm using a brush, so I suppose it is. But, you know, start small. Get a little bit of everything so you can try. If something is open stock, if you can buy one of something rather than a whole set where you are, try to get one of each thing. Try one pastel. Try one watercolor pencil. And use your sketchbook. You know, don't just hoard the supplies. Don't just get them. I know how many people take them out of the box and open them up and go, wow, look at all the beautiful colors. I know I do that constantly. But don't close them up and put them in the drawer. Take them out, keep them out, and actually use them. Make a rule that you can't put them away until you've used them at least once. That will kind of train you to get in the habit of actually using your supplies and taking even 20 minutes, a half hour to do it. So this didn't take very long, and I really like the results. I need to work a little bit on my technique, but hey, you know, I learned something. I learned how the material works. I learned what to do, maybe not what not to do. And I had fun. I hope you did too. Thanks for joining me today on my painting video. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.